Well, I cannot start my car. My battery is dead. And that's a brand new Nissan battery. Same thing that happened when we left Miami from the electric car show. The little 12-volt battery died. And I got a warning on the dash. I looked at the battery. It says it's a 48-month battery. It is an OEM battery. Maybe it was on the shelf at Nissan for way too long, and they just put it in, needed to get it out of the shop. So I got to go to Miami tomorrow, and then Monday when I get back, I'm going to take Tuesday off, and I'm going to go get that replaced, because there's no reason after 4 months the battery should be dead. It should last about 2 years from all the videos I've watched on YouTube, because it's supposedly a good battery, man. But I'm trickle charging it, hoping that's going to fix the issue. I don't need much juice in it, because all it needs to do is be able to click a little circuit or something like that to be able to start the electric car up. That's what that battery does. It just starts it. But for some reason, it happened again. It happened to my old Mustang. My battery used to die quite a bit. And I don't leave anything on, which is weird. I shut everything off when I come in the house, and the car's smart enough to know after a certain amount of time everything shuts off itself anyway. I gotta figure this out. It's happened to a few people on the internet, so we'll figure out what's going on with it. But in the meantime, the car's been running really great, and I found some new chargers, so that makes me happy. What's going on with the car, I can deal with. You know, yeah, it's the second time that this has happened with that battery. And like I said, it was an OEM battery. They have to replace it, obviously. And the car is under warranty. But I've been scouring the internet, and it happens quite a bit. And I don't understand why. And then sometimes the mechanics go, we don't know what's wrong with it. And they'll keep it for 2 or 3 weeks. They'll call you up and say, okay, it's fixed. And then you drive it home, and then a couple weeks later the same thing happens again. So they obviously don't know what they're doing. Their technicians, they're kind of short-staffed with technicians right now. So, but whatever happens with it will happen with it. You know, if I was 100% gig driving right now, Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and all those things, Walmart Spark, I would be in a world of hurt, because your car's in the shop and you can't work without a car. But luckily, I have my truck, and as of tonight, I am delivering a load down here near Miami. So whatever happens will happen. Everything will work out. It always does. Sometimes just not in the appropriate timing. But what is not working out is what I'm shooting this video on. Now, I have my Sony over there in its case. I carry a Sony with me everywhere I go. Sometimes you just don't carry your camera with you everywhere, but you always got your telephone with you. And I've noticed, and this here is the iPhone 15 Pro, and the microphone isn't up to par compared to the camera. With the camera, I use these Rode Video Micro, or see what I mean? There, is it going to focus? If I put it real close, it might. There it goes. It's focusing now. Damn iPhones. Well, actually, I'm shooting on cinematic now, so that's why it's not focusing, I'm sure. But I use the Rode wireless microphones for my Sony. And I do, instead of just clipping that on the shirt, I do plug in a wire into the wireless unit. I'll plug in and put this on my shirt and put this on my belt and walk away from the camera, and everything's good. Now, I've been wanting to do it to my iPhone and my Samsung for quite a while. Now, the Samsung, everything works. It works fine. Apple, I'm having an issue with, because this is micro USB Type-C. I went on Amazon and I got this little dongle thing here. And is it going to focus? I think it's focused. Where you can plug in your microphone. And yeah, it's... I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to work. Okay, maybe this is better. Maybe it's a little bit more clearer. So I went to Best Buy today and I purchased the official Apple dongle. And tried that, figuring, well, maybe this Amazon one, which I like a lot better. It's metal and it feels more premium. But it wasn't working, so I figured, well, this one should work. So I talked to an Apple employee at Best Buy, and they said, yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need. And I could just plug I could plug the part that's my camera, that I have in my camera, plug that into that, and plug this into the iPhone, and it should work just fine. Guess what? It doesn't. There's no audio. And I thought, okay, well, maybe it's in the settings. iPhone settings are way different than Android settings. On the camera on Android phones, you can adjust, you could pick your microphones, right? On the iOS, you have to go out of the camera, go to settings, scroll down, look for the word camera, touch that, and then it opens up all the settings. But none of those settings are microphone settings. So I watched a couple YouTube videos, and they said, well, once you plug this in, or any USB Type-C thing, it'll say, are you trying to use headphones or a microphone? My phone doesn't do that, and this is a pro phone. So I don't know how those videos, when they plug something in, how that little wording pops up, because it's not doing it. So my car, I got the mechanics working on that. Myself, I'm trying to figure this out. You know, I don't have a mechanic to tell me how to put in a microphone on a telephone. And I'm finding it very difficult. So if any of you guys know how to do it, please leave in the description below, hey, this is how you do it. And give me a step-by-step, because I'm not that bright. And it would be really helpful. Just because the other day I was outside shooting at the lake, and it was a little bit breezy. And obviously the noise cancellation on the telephones are not very good. That's why you use a wind muff on your mic. And I even have one if I decide to unplug, and I have one that sits on top here if that is just on my shirt, you know. But I don't know, this is driving me crazy. I love this iPhone. I think it's pretty good. It's not as good as my Samsungs or my Pixel devices, but it's right up there. It's a pretty good phone. And I do like the photographs that come out of it, and the video quality. Just the audio, I can't stand. But sometimes, like I said, I don't always walk around with my camera anymore. You guys probably heard that. The motor outside started up. But if I was wearing my Rode, you wouldn't hear it. Anyway, until the next time, I don't know, man. It's either going to be, my next video is either going to be shot on the iPhone or my Sony. So we'll see. If I can figure this out, I'll probably do a lot more videos with my telephone, because the battery on this thing is outstanding compared to my Sony. So I prefer to take this around to the theme parks and stuff with me rather than a whole rig setup. So we'll see how it happens. Until the next time, peace out, everybody.